Why, good morning, boys and girls. This is Mother again. How are you today? It's a lovely day here. Yes, it is. We got all of our chores done this morning. Otto said, Muthah, how about going to the beach? And I said, going to the beach? Is it safe? He said, oh, you got your shot. I got half of mine. And we're not going to be next to any. We'll just sit aside. No one will approach us or anything. And I said, but Otto, I usually walk on the beach. He said, not to worry. There's not that many people. We'll go where there's no people. I said, oh, God. Well, let's do it then. Because I haven't been to the beach in over a year, I think. We did go, no, we went, yeah, to the beach, to sit on the beach, no. So, we loaded up the car with everything that's necessary to go to the beach for an hour. We don't like to spend more than an hour. We're old and the sun is not good for us, no. We wear little caps and shirts and all kinds of things that you need to go to the beach, knee braces, one for each leg, orthopedic shoes, walking shoes, diabetic socks. They can't have sugar, Lots of slather-on sun cream. 100%. 100. Yes, 100. There's some more than that, but I don't want that. That's living dangerously, I think. So, we went to the beach. It's only, if it weren't for the stoplights, we'd be there in 4 minutes. It's just right across the causeway, the bridge here. But unfortunately there are lights. And so we went to the beach. It took us 10 minutes. Oh, God. And then including standing in line at the entrance kiosk. And the man waved us on. He looked at our sticker and he waved us on. He said, I'm not going to bother these two old queens, no. And he didn't, and he said, go on the beach, leave your lights on, 10 miles an hour, don't screw around, no drinking anything harder than Coke. I said, okay, we can be compliant today. So we went. And the first thing we did is Otto took out his drinky poo in his big cup. And I went for my walk. And I set up the chairs for him. Because he's old, he should be getting some more vitamin D than he does. But today he's in there sleeping after lunch. Can you believe it? No. I decided to come right in here. It's a lovely day. It's nice and warm. It's like summer weather has returned. And it was low tide, so it was nice. But while I was walking, I said, oh, Jesus Christ, And I had my little gizmo, my mask on. I love the color. They come in that blue, kind of a pool blue. If I wore it in the pool, you wouldn't know. You'd thought that part of my face was missing. Or invisible, yeah. So as I'm walking, I was terrified, and I said, geez, well, what happened is I saw some jellyfish on the beach, and I said, geez, there's all these little kids with their parents here. I hope the parents aren't stung by these jellyfish. They could be really bad. So, so that got me thinking, and then I said, Jesus, if one of them went into anaphylactic shock, what would I do? I don't have an EpiPen on me. No, 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 no. I don't carry one in my pocket for the world. No. But I said, and if one of them went into cardiac arrest, and I had to do CPR, I couldn't do CPR on someone. I didn't know. Really? Because it's just too risky. So, I think I'd have to be very, very discerning on who I pick. If it's someone older than 60, kiss the world goodbye, sweetheart. I am not going near you with these lips. I mean, these lips are older than yours by many years, but no, 60 is just too old. Under 27 is really too old. I mean, too young. No, they still look too. As far as I'm concerned, they can still be aborted. And how many American parents would love to see that? It's really full term plus. And so I said, yeah, well, and then, out of nowhere, I found myself back at the car, and sitting on his chair was Otto. But I was looking at Otto. I took his picture because I felt guilty, because all that time I was looking at this young man, about 30-ish, and he had two little toddlers with him, and the waves were pretty big. And I said, Jesus, those waves are too big. He shouldn't be standing there. They're the water's edge. So I said, geez, I wish his wife would go down and monitor the kids. This is too dangerous for that cute man. He's a husband. He has to earn a living and everything. And also, if he does go into cardiac arrest, I want to keep an eye on him, so I can make sure that I can be of service. See? I'm always thinking of other people, am I not? Yes. Oh, God, was he dreamy. But mother has a problem with sight. Oh, how awful. And I thought he had a hairy chest. Who has a hairy chest anymore? They all go, hey, if you got hair in your chest, leave it. Mother loves something that looks like a teddy bear. Oh, I love them. Oh, God. Oh, I knew this guy once. Oh my God. What a turn on. Oh, wait a minute. Was it a man or not? After all those years sleeping with my monkey, my stuffed monkey, who knows? I think that's what turned me on. Those ape-man look. Even Johnny Weissmuller didn't have enough hair for me. No, I liked him hairy, honey. Robert Horton did, yes. You remember Robert Horton from Wagon Train? No, nobody does. Just me. It's my it's my secret TV program from when I was I was a teenager. Jesus, that's awful. But no, this poor man, he didn't have. I thought he had hair on. He wouldn't have hair. When I got up closer, when we were driving away, and I was looking at him with drool coming out of my mouth, he turned around and looked directly at me, and he looked like a Maori warrior. He had tattoos, tats, going everywhere. And I thought, this poor child, why is he covering up? Why do people hide? What do they hide? Behind their tats. I saw a beautiful woman right here in town. And I thought, these are people who are very respectable that live in Daytona Beach. They come here for the motorcycles and the racing. So they're of greatest quality. They like to work on their cars. They like to watch crashes. Yeah, that's what these people are all about. They like to drink Miller Lite for the whole time it takes for a race, usually a weekend or whatever. Yeah, classy people, very classy. And then the other thing you know is that twice a year we have the motorcycle group in town. Now, there's oh my God, they all head right for the museum as soon as they come to town. And they have to extend, Daytona has to extend the symphony series, because when the motorcycles come to town, they demand quality artistic venues. So they love opera, and they love a good symphony. Oh, and they love theater, Moliere especially, yes. And of course they all speak French, yeah. And they were wonderful people. Otto, I told you this, Otto and I were motorcyclists for a good time of my years. Well, I was more of a drunk than a cyclist. But it's kind of one and the same. Classy people, yes. So, what was I trying to say about classy people here in town? Oh, so the visitors that come to town are the same type of people. Yes, we have very, very nice and classy people. So I saw this young woman. Oh my God! And she was on the back of a big old Harley, and she was sitting on the back, and they had luggage and crap all strapped on and nailed on that damn hog. And this gal had on, I think it was kind of like two bandanas tied together. It was very smart, very fashionable. And she had them spread out just about an inch over each nipple and tied up in the back. And they wouldn't get out of control, especially when the thing bounces. We don't have potholes here, thank goodness, but we do. You can get some bounce out of the road now and then, especially when those seniors don't move quite fast enough crossing the intersections. They're screwed, really. I mean, if you're a pedestrian here, you have the right of way. But once that light changes, and you're still in, oh no, you cannot be in that pedestrian way when the light changes. I mean, it's just common sense. And if your wheelchair doesn't go that fast, it's time for you to speed it up, honey. Yeah, so it could be bumpy now and then. Or an armadillo. Oh, I think they were all killed off. I really do. When I first came down here, there were armadillos all over, and there was some sort of word out that they all had some sort of, I don't know, rabies or some other damn thing, the plague. Who the hell knows? But I think people were actually aiming to hit the poor little armed devils. They're so cute. They're adorable little things. They look like some of the drawings of Leonardo da Vinci. He did those little pieces of warfare gizmos. Yes, weapons. That's what they call them, weapons. Oh, Otto's at the sink again, where she belongs. She's got her little head is reflecting the light from above. And she's just looking so hard and long at that stuff. Good for her. Better her than me. Yeah, he's thankful it's like, you got an old friend, you take him to the beach, and you take him down to Dairy Queen, even if you can't eat Dairy Queen, and, all that stuff. You take him to Walgreens so he can get his stuff or his constipation. Yeah, you do all that stuff for these people. Guess who gives him a haircut? No, he doesn't have one hair on his head. But he's got a little, like I said, some irritating little hairs here and there, especially behind his ears. He looks like a marmoset. You have the little tufts behind their ears, and they're somewhat not human. Yeah, he looks very much like a marmoset. So this gal, I'm going to stick with the story this time. I really am. I'm not going to move away from it. She had on this beautiful bandana, 2 bandana piece, halter top kind of things that covered up an inch of her breasts. And she was just lovely. She had these little Daisy Duke things on. She was rather svelte. She weighed about 210, 220. And she made quite the presence on the back of that motorcycle, I must say. And the passenger seat, she certainly did. 1/3 of that was her tetas, because and it weren't potatoes, they were just tetas, sitting out there with the bandana, red and white bandana tied, swung around her back. Now that I'm thinking of it, maybe it was more like 3 bandanas. I hate to be inaccurate. But the driver of the bike, her man, was smaller and thinner than my little Otto. Skinny little thing. I bet you he was about 5'2". She was a good 5'8", 5'10". She weighed about 220, 225, somewhere in there. Not enough to buy a second seat, but almost. I think she was keeping it under for that reason. That's a good idea. So, she had tattoos all friggin' over her tetas. And I thought, ouch, 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 ouch. How would a woman sit there in a chair and have someone scratch in, inject in a tattoo? She must have been the bravest gal in the world. You know? Yeah, she was very brave. I can't think of any woman that brave. I was thinking, I said, Jesus, there must be someone, a first lady, second lady, someone out there, some woman who was brave. But for the life of me, I can't think of any right now. Forgive me, women. I'm trying to think of a brave woman, and I'm sure they're out there. I know they're out there, but I just can't think of any story. In fact, I can't even think of a brave man outside of Braveheart, and that was all acting. Well, that's it for this afternoon, dears. I got that off my chest, but not her. She still has him flopping around someplace up in Ohio or Indiana. I think Indiana, Lafayette, Indiana, one of those nice, respectable towns, similar to Daytona Beach. Yes. I'm going to write a new book called The Sluts of Volusia County. Talk about all my dear friends. Both of them. One of them. Oh, I still hope I have a friend left. All my friends, well, I'll talk about that next time. Well, good afternoon and have a nice day, and I'll see you all again. It's been wonderful. Please subscribe, and if you haven't already, and please give a thumbs up. And other than that, just enjoy life. Go out there and just really enjoy life. On days like today, God, go up and kiss somebody. A stranger, yes. But make sure you're wearing their mask and make sure that they don't have a fever first. And ask them if they have COVID and if they've been tested recently. And if it's all yeses, you can give them a little peck on the back or elbow or something. But don't make any contact, make it an ear kiss. Okay? Ciao. Mother out.